Will you just look at that loveliness? Absolutely beautiful morning. Some say a messy workshop's a happy workshop. Not when it's not your mess. Fuck's sake. I absolutely give up running round after fucking pensioners. Honestly, change of location is going to be required. This is just ridiculous and not safe now. One thing I have done is I've identified all of these. That's my fuse holder mounted. The one thing that's going to get a little bit feisty and a bit hot under the collar is a fuse. I mean, that's like 150 amp quick blow fuse it's going to be. So just put that onto some plasterboard, and that's about all I have fucking managed so far. Getting there very, very slowly. Never mind. As I've said previously, this one on the terminal is all a bit slackers. So what I've done is I've just chopped one of them down into a shim. Plop that bad boy on there. And like so. Just so it gives a bigger contact patch. Dodgy, and I really not really liking it, but as I said before, you've got a wee with the willy you got. Onwards and upwards. Yeah, a bit dodgier than I would have liked. Yeah, really not quite happy with that, but it's all I've got. It'll do for the time being. As I've said before, I'm not pulling massive amperage out of this battery pack, but it's nice and snug and tight. And that's the main negative battery lead going to the BMS up to there. Just zip tied that up out of the way because it was getting right on my nerves juggling everything. That clip will just go down to there once everything's all wired up and in line. So that's the main negative for the balance lead and for the actual BMS main terminal connection. We'll see how it goes, see if it pops. Right then, main battery positive. It's the same script as the main negative, where I've had to make a shim up so I can get a bigger contact area for that. It's too fucking slack. Top tip is when you're dealing with big cables and you're going to cut them into shape, this will go off up to the fuse and from the main terminal. Before you cut the wire, give it a pre-bend, because what happens, really bad light, hang on a second, what happens is, any better with the older light, mobile phone light, what happens is you pre-bend it and the inner strands of the cable end up at an angle like so. Oh, for fuck's sake, excuse my French. Right, pre-bend your cable and then cut it, because the lighting is terrible, because as you see all of the strands end up at an angle, and that's where you're going to put your ring terminal. If you was to just cut a straight bit of cable, put a ring terminal onto it and then bend it into shape, all of this stress here builds up inside the cable and can actually have enough mechanical advantage on leverage to pull strands out of the ring terminal. I hope that makes sense. Right. As dear Andy from the Off-Grid Garage Australia would say, bumfest. So that's that. Nicely connected. Nicely connected. Little clamp there to secure it, and up into the fuse. That's the main positive, the first of the balance leads. So now it is bus bars, bus bars and balance leads. Excellent, cool, happy so far. Right, so this is where I start to get a little bit nervous. Right, so main black, and then battery 1, battery 2, number 3 positive, just to double check myself, number 3 positive. Now the dilemma that I have got is, does it go bus bar, balance lead, washer and a nut? Because you end up with a slightly smaller contact patch with the balance lead terminal under the washer. Or do you go bus bar, washer, balance lead and the nut? But the thing I don't like about that is you shouldn't really have a nut. You shouldn't really have the nut tightening down onto a ring terminal like that. I don't know. Anybody out there in the off-grid community, give a novice a little bit of advice, please. It looks right like that, and if it looks right, then it is right, I suppose. Yeah, no, if it looks right, then it is right. I might go bus bar, washer, balance lead, nut. I much prefer that. I'll just go careful when I'm doing it up. Okie dokie, onwards and upwards. God, not looking forward to trying to tidy up that spaghetti junction fucking mess. Excuse my French. There's a lot of swearing in this episode. Bye bye for now. Just a quickie, quick example. There we are, we're getting there. So, yeah, like cell 3, balance lead 3. Off we go. So, tickety boot. There's the other side. So, slowly but surely. One very important thing I forgot to say. Hello YouTube, here's my face. Safety third. Be very, very careful with these lithium iron phosphate batteries, because you can get some really, really big flashy sparks off of them, and your eyes are important. So, to be continued. Keep going. Well, bugger. I got all the way up to number 13. I was just about to do it on the other side, and I was thinking to myself, oh, that's good, I've got a couple of spare nuts. And then I had another look and I saw that it's not meant to be like that. And I've got the same on the other side. Same on the other side, right there. So, yeah, I fucked it up. Got all the way up to there, and now I've got to undo it all. Alright, never mind. That's what you get for having a novice trying to think that he can do things. Bollocks. What an absolute buffoon. Right, that's it. That's more like it. That's more like it. Same on the other side. No missing posts this time. Happy days. Happy days. That's ugly. I do not like all this. I'll tidy that up somehow. So, back to unlucky for some, number 13. Right, let's get this done. You see, when you're working on something and you end up with something left over, does wonders for your paranoia. So double check again. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, balance lead, 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 main negative. Well, that's okay that side. and negative, positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead. Where was I? Positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead, negative, positive, balance lead. Hurrah! They must have just been generous and given me a spare one, so that's cool. That's cool. Right, what's next? Next is affix the temperature sensor just with a bit of tape, and then I have got to check the voltages at the plug. So I'll snip that off. Right. I can't do this and hold a phone at the same time. I'll be back. The one good thing about solar in Scotland, the panels are always nice and clean. Right, I have made a right royal cock up of this. Turn that back on. DC. I'm going to check my voltages at the pin. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this and show you. I'll try. Hold the line please, caller. Nah, rubbish. No, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Anywho, checking that up there to there, the first one, and I ended up with 53 volts, and I should have only had 3 volts. I've got that completely wrong. Absolutely, completely fucked it up. Where I've gone wrong is determine the number of batteries starting at the total pole of the battery pack, the first string, and so on, the total positive pole on the last string. The first black wire is welded to the total negative pole. The second red line is connected to the first battery positive. Third line is connected to the second battery positive pole, and so on until the last red wire is welded to the total positive pole, which is that one. So that should be number 16, and that's actually balance lead number 1. I've got balance lead positive number 16 up onto that one, which, going by the Chinese instructions, the main negative terminal, that should be identified as cell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah 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 blah, and the main positive on cell 16. That's how I read that, because it was step 3, checking the wiring after welding. Visual inspection, sees nothing is cross welding or pull. The multimeter is adjusted to DC setting to test the voltage between the 2 rows of corresponding series. If the battery voltage shows a value of 2 or more series added, this means the battery is wrong connection. So yeah, basically measuring lead 1 to lead 2, like point 1 to point 2, I'm getting the total pack voltage of 53 volts, which is not right. So if I connected that up, that would have gone probably. I don't know, I'm fucking guessing myself now. I'm not having fun anymore. Right, here we go again. Strip that down, start again. Might go and have a coffee. One of the only useful bits of information that I'll be able to pass on for you, top tip, is if you've made a complete arse of something and you've identified things with permanent marker pen and you need to remove it, get some WD-40, just onto a bit of tissue paper, and bye-bye mistake. And so on and so forth. You get the gist. Right, I think I've cracked it. The Chinese instructions obviously identify cell 1 as the main negative terminal, and then the first balance lead onto the cell 1 positive and follow on from there onwards. I've never really been a big sufferer of OCD, but I really do not like this. It's going to take some tidying up. But I think I've cracked it. I think I'm there with me with voltages. Try and put you down there. Excuse. This always turns itself off too soon. Can you see that? Yes, again. Probes. Oh, ball bags. Can you still see that? You can still see that, can't you? Yes. How do YouTubers do this? This is such a monumental pain in the bum. 3.3, 6.6, 9.9, 13 and a bit, 13.3, 16.6, 19.9, 23 and a bit, yeah, 23.3ish, 26.6, 29.9, 30.3ish, 36.6, 39.9, 43.3, shit, 43.3, number 14 is 46.6, 15, 49.9, and number 16, 53.2. So near enough's good enough. Near enough's good enough for me. Whew. I have not really been enjoying this, to be honest with you. Dyslexia and Chinese instructions does not make for a happy Gary. Blah 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 blah. After it's all welded, and connect up the Bluetooth. My little Bluetoothy dongly. There's my little Bluetooth dongle. Eeny meeny miny mo. Can only fit that one. Come on. Lightboard NTC. No, why is that not going? Oh, right. Could have camera down. Well, that's my Bluetooth dongle in. I just couldn't do it and hold a camera at the same time, so that's the Bluetooth. Really quite snug, but only goes in one way, and then I just had to give it a little push home. Right, according to the instructions, I should be able to connect this up. Wish me luck. It doesn't go bloody bang. Go on, get in there. Cool. I like the plugs stiff. Right, that's that. And get my phone out. Phone out. Bluetooth on. Where's my DALY app? Where's the DALY? DALY app. Smart BMS. What's that say? To get near to Bluetooth signal, turn the signal on. I have done. Turn on. Okay. Instructions say to give it a poke. Well, an LED would be nice. Something to tell you that it's alive. I don't know. Nope. DALY Smart BMS. Version doodah. ID of Bluetooth has been added to calculate. What? Series. Voltage will increase after connection. The use range of BMS need to be confirmed before next step. Determine. Right, what does that mean? Device name has been added. I presume that's you. Okay, now what? Now what? Hey, hello. Some voltage, 53.2, and it's saying it's a state of charge is 100%. That's probably because I need to go in and define things. I have a cell voltage difference of 4 millivolts. Bloody hell. I think I did it. Where do I find the status information? Active balance, status display, parameter settings. Any ideas on where I can get to see the cells? Anybody? Average voltage, cycles, that's good. Counts the cycles. Scroll up. So there's my high cell, cell 12, and the low cell, cell 16. All 16 cells are there. At 10 degrees centigrade, which is, I don't know actually. Oh, we're 11 degrees in the workshop, 11.7. So that's pretty good. Although you wouldn't know it, I've got two jumpers on, a long sleeve t-shirt, a thermal t-shirt, and a bloody woolly hat, and I'm still cold. Well, I'll be. I've done it. I did it. It's alive. Ha Actually fucking done something. Wow. Okay, that was the app side of things. Looked quite straightforward. I'm gonna have to go into it and muck about with the settings, but I won't bore you with that until I know what I'm talking about, because at this point in time where it could go wrong. So I'm just going to tidy up this little rat's nest of spaghetti, and I think I'll leave connecting it up to the inverter until tomorrow, because it's already dinner time. I've got to go and cook dinner and crap. Well, making baby steps. Really, really happy with how it's gone so far, because nothing went up in smoke. Hey, no magic smoke, no big flashes. It took me three attempts to get the balance leads wired up, but third time lucky. Brilliant. So my next job is decommission the lead acid batteries and put some decent proper terminals onto the leads. I mean, these are scabby jump leads, but there's really good copper inside. Many strands. Still nice and bright and clean. So I'm just going to use that for the time being. So yeah, it'll be terminals on the cables, and then connect it up to the inverter after I've had a little bit of a tidy up. Oh, sigh of relief. Ain't it pretty? I like DALY. It's a lovely red. Right, it'll be good to see how this performs with the bloated, used under capacity second-hand cells, because in the off-grid community, or the off-grid YouTube community, DALY BMS get a bit of a bad name because the balance currents aren't really high enough for keeping lithium iron phosphate cells under control. But we shall see. If I need to fit an active balancer, then I'll fit a proper active balancer. Very happy. Very happy. Right, until tomorrow, thank you very much for putting up with me. As I've said before, I'm a complete novice. This is my very first attempt at ever doing a battery pack with a BMS. There's no smoke, so all good. Thank you very much. Look after yourselves, because it's a weird world out there. Please like, comment and subscribe, especially if you've got any helpful hints or tips, because as I said, I'm a complete novice going into this blind. Hopefully people learn from my mistakes. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.